So there was a story to this song.
Confession. It's a bull house thing. It's a getting
Runaway.
Getting dark and then me close my eyes and see a picture.
Did you ever hear this song?
Me and verse.
I don't want to say the Indomie generation, but did you really hear this song?
Me I imitate you. And now them say me
original version by Irene Logan, produced by Richie Mensah of Links Entertainment. Boo. What happened to this song?
Oh, I mean, Iwan always likes to experiment. Yeah, so I mean, so you know we have African Girls remix. Yeah, it had Kwakese, it had 4x4, and it had who else? I think it was 4x4 and Kwakese were the biggest at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Now Iwan inspired that remix. Now he likes to experiment, you know, with songs that are there already. So this particular tune was like that. You know, I was there and he said, "Boss, shall I get something? I won't make you hear 'em." I said, "Okay, come make we listen." So he came by, he did his verse, and I'm like, "Yo, this is sick. This is sick." But I wouldn't want us to record it. I mean, because I have, and up until today, I have close relationship with the Links guys. These are, I would say we virtually started our careers together. Yeah. Yes, you know. Richie has always been an individual I respect, and I'll continue to hold that respect. Himself and Albert. And then their mom is like my mom as well, you know. So I said, no. I mean, instead of recording this on our own, which we can do, let's go out there and do that at their studio, you know. So I reached out to Richie. He said, "Oh, come over, let's do it." And on the night that we were recording, I think ASEM was there, Tinny was there, Richie, a couple of other guys were there. We're all there in the studio. And funny enough, when Iwan is in the booth recording, you might think he's crying, you know, but he's actually delivering, you know, if you don't listen, you know, because the booth is always, you know. So I think ASEM was there, and ASEM was downplaying what he was doing, you know, like, "Oh, not there," you know, that kind of thing. And Tinny at the time was like, "Relax, you see the boy in there, be Coca." Tinny calls Iwan Coca Cola. He says it's a product, you know. Yo, and when he finished the song, he came out of the booth. Look, when Richie hit the space bar to listen to the song, look, they couldn't turn it off the whole night. Where they like, we listened to the song over 10, 20 times. And usually when you're done with the song, at least you need a copy that, you know, a rough copy that you want to go and listen to if you want to come back.
That can make some feel.
Exactly. Charlie, Richie said, "You know, go give us the song."
Oh
yeah. He said, "No, give us the song." Because, you know, at the time, the ASEM and
Irene Logan version
was playing. You know, so I'm sure at the time his fear was, "Oh, we might leak or we might put it," because it sounded so good. You know, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it sounded better than original, but it sounded so good. You know, I mean, anyone can compare the two, and for I want to combine the two stars. You know, because Irene at the time was huge. You know, ASEM at the time was huge. You know, and they were, I mean, leading artists at the time. For him to combine their verses and put it into that lingua, the patois, yo, everybody was amazed. So we got the song 6 months after we recorded.
6 yeah. How?
Oh, my label. I'm sure more. If my memory serves me right, way later, crowd and one initial. You know, so I had to go on Iwan's album. You know, that's when I'll say they gave us clearance. You know, because it wouldn't have, if it had come any moment around that time, yo. And you know, Iwan was rising at the time. There was a space we actually inherited, because at the time, I think Samini had dominated for a long while.
Time, yeah.
So people were yearning for competition. You can't have people like that thing, you know. So when we came up, you know, it was exciting, and we kept following up. I think the trick here is, and I keep telling people, is consistency. When you keep coming all the time, I mean, you're here on your show all the time. You show up, so eventually you'll be big. When you started, you were not this big, and you'll be bigger than this because you're here all the time, on time. It's not about the quality of the show or what it's showing up. It's showing up. It's not about it, because you can always correct or rewrite your whatever, you know. So we kept coming back with stuff with Iwan all the time, and people noticed the work we were doing, you know. So it had some sort of a buzz. So they realized that no, Charlie, getting edgy, go back, man. So we'll relax, you know. But eventually, it did what it had to do, and it will always be a classic, you know, big tune.
Champion pop for your long, let's make a toast.
Star 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
You're on the way to a special place.